So I started to work with the Mary Magdalene energy with people about 8 years ago. And I was doing first little workshops with the Kundalini awakening to receive the Magdalene energy. And I started working with her energy when my husband died. I was married, and he died of a cancer. And he, from the day we knew his sickness, his disease, he lasted 6 weeks, nothing else. It was very fast. It was so fast. And I had already been, like, ever since I was little, very connected with Mother Mary, you know, with Yeshua, with Mary Magdalene, in a non-Catholic way, of course. And then all of a sudden, when he died, I started getting like all this information and this channeling, and I broke my life. Everything, the typical life I was living like everyone else, I broke it. I started homeschooling. I started living the life I wanted to live. Wasn't abiding by the rules, you know. And that's when her energy started growing faster. So when I was in Tenerife about 4 years ago, I think, when I met you, I was already teaching workshops on the Magdalene energy. And even though when I went to Tenerife, it was more Kundalini, because that's what Ramon was. Her energy in that moment when I met you was that of the cosmic womb, the cosmic serpent, not just your serpent, the cosmic serpent, you know. And from that time, working with that cosmic serpent, which is Shekhinah, Sophia as well, that energy, she started grounding and grounding and grounding. And about 4 or 5 years ago, I started the trainings in the Magdalene energy, and they're very powerful right now. And we use movement, we use dance, we use Kundalini to awaken the serpent. And then we do a lot of channeling, a lot of activations, and we work with the sacred sounds, with the drumming, with codes that I'm downloading and that I'm creating in art as well. And we look at the codes and we download all that information. And the presence of Sophia is so strong right now, isn't it?
Good. Exactly. Yes.
She is so, so strong. And Maria Magdalena is an ambassador of her energy. She is a vibration. She is, for me, a light being and a goddess at the same time, who came on earth to carry that vibration. So she's teaching us, men and women, not just women, to learn how to carry that vibration again. And that's her role. So right now with the Magdalene energy, it's everything. It's from sacred inner union, the awakening of the fire, the Kundalini energy, connecting with the cosmic serpent, with the cosmic womb, the cosmic mother. And we even work, I created a wheel of the year with all of the elements that we work with to honor her energy in different moments. And we also work with different light beings that are around her, like Mother Mary, Mother Anna. We work with Yeshua, with Saratama, which is Mary Magdalene's daughter, Yeshua David. We work with Miriam, the sister of Moses, who works with she was a priestess of Hathor. It's just really, really strong energy. And I published one book on it. They're translating it into Italian and English right now. Okay. And now the second book is coming out. And in this book, I write about her channelings and different meditations that I channeled from her. I channeled Venus meditations. We talk to the planets directly. Ooh. Yes! Don't you love it?
Yeah, already! In fire!
We talk to the planets, we talk to Venus, to the Pleiades, and there are different meditations that I've downloaded that in the book, for each chapter, I include one meditation for people to do. Like there's a Venus meditation, and there's a Mars meditation, there's a Saturn meditation, there's a Moon meditation. So we can vibrate the cosmos in our body because it's already inside. We just don't know it.
Exactly.
And that's when we become aligned with everything. So it's beautiful. And I know that that's what you like, and you vibrate with that. I know that's I think it's your channel, right? It's your channel.
I'm all, when you speak, blah, 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 every cells are blah, 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 vibrating at this moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
Oof.
that's the connection we have.
That is that connection. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's the connection. And I know you felt it. You could feel the fire when you did the serpent movement. Not everyone can feel it. You have to be open.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to be open to receive the codes. If you're not open, it's very difficult.
You mean the codes? You have to be open to the codes. I have this kind of, yeah.
Yes. You understand, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful, and I think it would be something so beautiful to do in Finland, because it's so funny. In the summer, when I went to Glastonbury, because I go every year and do a retreat with all the people who train, and I was in Glastonbury in Avalon, and I went to the Chalice Well, which is beautiful, Vesica Pisces fountain, and I sat there, and I received a channel from Mary Magdalene. And she said, you need to work in Europe. You need to spread the flame in Europe. And I said, oof. I said, okay, but you need to help me, because I have a lot to do and a lot of work. So you need to help me, show me how to do it. And it was so amazing that after me, I'm trembling right now.
Me too.
When I came back to Spain after being in Glastonbury, I think we were there for 18 days. I come back, you know, typical in Spain, the flight is late, your baggage, everything, the chaos. I get home at 2 a.m. and I can't sleep. So I go to my emails, and I have an email from an Italian lady. I want you to come to Italy. Like that. And so I went to Italy in December to teach workshops. And then the other day when you got in contact with me, I said, it's Mary Magdalene through you. Mary Magdalene told you to get in touch with me. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand, definitely.
Yes. It's very strong. And when you got in touch with me, I was like, that's what you told me. Because she told me, you need to go to Europe. You need to go to Europe. You need to spread the flame in Europe. And I was like, okay, but show me the way. You know, and so yeah, I think it's so beautiful to connect with you. You're so bella. So what do you think, Kaija? What do you feel about Mary Magdalene? What are you feeling?
What I'm feeling, I don't remember, did I told you about my connection to Magdalena when we met? Perhaps not, because Helena, who is painting the pictures, he channels me the spiritual name, and it's Magdalena Sofia. And it was yes, it was 2010 exactly. Yes, when I got that name, that what is it called? Spiritual name, or that kind of, yes. And but I didn't have tools to work with that, and I was only some way wondering what is that. I felt that I understand that. I was deeply honored some way, and some way had some kind of connection, but no channeling, no nothing, no. But with Jesus, I have had experiences, and I have understood that Magdalena's role as a woman, and that womb idea, boom idea has came up in me, and I got that kind of treatment, what I started to do, and it was called womb therapy.
Wow.
Yeah, but I didn't know that it's come from there.
Because she activates the womb in you.
Yeah.
Activates the womb.
At this moment, I feel that.
Yeah, she does womb energy.
Yeah, but that I didn't know nothing. I also, I was wandering like a sensual in the forest. And what is this? And what was it? I was very silent with that subject, some way. And then, and then you came.
Wow.
Yeah, but I didn't know about your Magdalena connection. But when I saw the first time in Facebook or somewhere, I thought, what?
Oh.
And it came stronger and stronger. Of course, it in me also.
Yeah.
Every time when I look your retreats pictures, yes, I'm there. It's that. It's yeah.
She has a very powerful vibration. Very, very powerful. Wow, Kaija, I love what you told me. Thank you.
It is so. It's something. It's like a wonder. It's wonder. It's miracle. It's wonder. And at this moment, I have then time comes past, and after, was it about 1.5 years ago or 2 years ago, Helena started to speak me about Harter Sophia, the name that my Magdalena Sophia energy have started to move. How it now I'm more connected with Harter.
Well, Hathor and Mary Magdalene are really the same Venus lineage. The Venus lineage is Inanna, Isis, Hathor, Asherah, Miriam, Mary Magdalene. It's a very similar vibration, very connected to Venus and very connected to the Pleiades, the seven sisters, who come to activate codes. And Venus and the Pleiades are uniting in 2020. And that's why her vibration is becoming stronger. And Hathor's vibration is really strong lately. And her presence. And that's why probably, but it is the Venus lineage, which is the rose lineage. It's the Venus, because in Venus, the main life form at some time was only female. And they came to the earth and they were female, but then they were raped by the reptilians. And then, everything that happened. And then we started to create the opposite, the polarity, so we could learn, which is the masculine. So this whole Venus lineage is very connected to the moon and connected to the earth, but it is the lineage of love. It's the love lineage. And that's why probably if you have this Hathor awakening in you right now, is because for some reason Hathor has appeared in your life to open up your heart, to open up your womb, and to open up your creativity.
Yeah, I think yes, now I understand, because it's more stronger.
Yeah.
And I need that. I understand now when you speak that I perhaps need that strong, because I'm here in the forest and do nothing, and it makes me do. It makes me hard to make me some way stronger and be.
She's fiery.
Yes, yes, exactly.
She's fiery because Hathor, really, Isis was Hathor at one point. They weren't separate. There was only Hathor, and Hathor is very androgynous. She's got the masculine and the feminine very, very strong. And she has the moon and the horns. So she's really got that Taurus energy as well to do. And so she's amazing and also very creative, very, very creative. Awakening, you have a desire to do things with Hathor. So.
Yes, now I understand.
Hathor teaches you to create your life just as if you were creating a dance.
Just like
Hathor teaches you to create your life as if it were a choreography in dance. The same.
In choreography in the dance. Oh, I love it.
Your life is a choreography. So, because she's the goddess of dance. She dances. Her priestesses would go outside and dance. And all of the people would just bow down to the dancers while they would dance. So she teaches that life is a choreography. Are you going to create it, or are you going to sit down and and do nothing.
Exactly.
So very creative energy. Extremely.
But you said that Magdalena changed your life.
Changed my life totally. I mean, from the day I write about this in my book, the book I'm going to publish now, that when my husband died, I remember that, you know, a lot of times when I was young and I was growing up and I would receive messages, I was always confused if it was either Mother Mary or Mary Magdalene. Because there was such a strong veneration in my culture, which is Spanish, to Mother Mary. You know?
Yes.
So I was always confused, but then I realized when she came that when Mary Magdalene is here, so is Mother Mary. They're together.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Always. They work
always together. Okay.
They work on different vibrations. And so from Mother Mary, I feel a strong support. I feel like I'm supported through love and a strong solar energy, because if we look at her images, she's got the sun behind her and the zodiac stars. So I feel like there's so much Christ light supporting that I can work with Mary Magdalene. And she changed my life from the day my partner died. 2 weeks after, I went to live with my Greek friend and my daughter, because I did not want to live alone. And then after a few months, I took a sabbatical, and I was living in Dubai. And that's when I toured and I went to Oman and different places with my daughter. And every place I went, I met her. I saw her. She came. And in one of the places, it was so strong, her message, before I came back to Spain, which is about 7-8 years ago, because that's when my husband passed away. And I wanted to go to the desert and be in silence to heal. And I ended up finding this amazing, like, bright Arabic hotel with colors and roses and lights. And when I went in, I smelled the nard oil, the spikenard nard oil that Mary Magdalene uses to Yeshua. And it was so strong, and I didn't know that smell. And I went up to the man in the hotel. I said, "What is this?" He said, "Oh, we have a man selling oils here, and he was, you know, in a little group. They were all speaking in Arabic, and he's selling oils." And I said, "Oh." So I went, and when I smelled the oil, it was so strong, and I heard her voice, "You need to stay here. You need to stay here." And I ended up staying there for a couple of weeks. And that's when I channeled the whole 6 wombs, which was the first book I wrote, the six wombs that we have, the wombs inside the women and the wombs inside the man. And that's when I channeled that the first time. And it was so strong. She's changed my life so much. And especially since I met you to now, my life is totally different. I can't even believe the way I live now. I can't even explain it. It's just such a powerful, strong energy. And I feel so supported. I totally feel like I'm man and woman in a female body. For one thing, I mean, I feel my androgyny. I don't know it, you know, because lots of times we read it, we hear about it, but I feel it. I feel that I'm a man, and I feel that I'm a woman. I can feel it. It's amazing. I feel the connection to the womb energy, to the planets. I receive so much information on the planets that I didn't even read, Kaija. Most of the stuff that I download, I haven't read anywhere. And they're just messages and messages, because one of the things that she told me when I started working with people, she told me, "You can't read anything right now, because I don't want you to confuse what you're channeling with someone else is channeling." And I said, "Okay." And I really want to read so many books, but I haven't, you know. So a lot of the stuff that I received, even how to create my life, my whole life has changed. I live in the house that I dreamed of. My daughter, I'm supporting her in a different way, nothing to do with the old traditional way that we raise children. I ended up homeschooling her. She's learning by herself. She spends the whole day with horses. She's a horse whisperer. You know, it's like everything, my whole life has changed with her. And I don't know, there's so much gratitude, and I think that her message needs to be spread to so many people. She is a healing energy. She takes us back to the origin of who we are. She releases everything and takes you back, all the way back to that soul that we are, that light, and everything appears. And from that light, you start to attract. You start to magnetize what is for you, you know, who you are, what you want, and all of the other stuff disappears. And she also helps us be here. She also helps us, Kaija, make a decision to be in holy matrimony with the earth, to be here, to understand that we chose to come here, so we need to be here, and we need to learn. And lots of times when we're spiritual, it's hard to be here. Hard to live in this matrix, but then she makes us understand that part of bringing down the paradise codes, the codes of Eden, has to do with being here. We need to, our subtle body, we have a subtle body, needs to connect with the subtle body of Gaia. And when we connect like that, like through our feet, everything changes. We start to live Gaia in a totally spiritual way. So I'm sorry I talk so much sometimes, but
no. It's so beautiful. Yeah, go.
I just wanted to share that with you, that I think that she has a very strong vibration, very, very strong, and it's fast. If you really listen, if we listen to her and we open up and receive her flame, because it is flame, it's an activation, it's fast. We need to learn. That's the only thing. We need to learn how to listen to her, and we need to learn how to receive her. And that's why I use a lot of different techniques, like the awakening of the Kundalini, the breath work, the movement, to learn how to open up the channel, which is the body, so we can receive her. Because if the body isn't prepared, it's hard, because the body has a lot of information, old information.
Yak.
If we don't prepare the body, we use a lot of sound. I've channeled a lot of sacred sounds through her that I use, and sound, with sound vibration, we open up the body, and then it's easier to let her in. But the body needs to prepare. It's all a ritual. It's all a ritual with the body, with the opening up the sacred space, and that first moment, just going back a little bit to that moment when my husband died, that I smelled the oil, the spice. From that point on, it's been just a strong connection, because she was a miracle. She was a sacred oil carrier. You know, she taught the sacred oils. So she's taught me to speak to the spirit of oils. So with the oils that I use in the workshops, or that I teach, and she teaches me how to connect with the sound of the oil and the planet of the oil. So we work with the oil medicine as well. It's really, really beautiful. I could go on, okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you are so welcome here.
Oh, thank you. I think we can do something. We can spread her message and her flame to many people, and do a lot of womb work. Is very important. Women have to do a lot of womb work, so we can activate the womb again and connect it to the cosmic womb, so we can become the goddesses that we are, that we chose to be here. We chose to be a woman, a woman with a womb, right?
Yes, exactly.
And it's very important to activate that energy.
Yeah, so let's do that here in Finland also. Wow.
Bella.
Oh, good.
Kaija, I feel like giving you a hug right now.
Yeah, let's do that.